Hello and welcome to Nightmares End, a Halo Mythic 2.0 beta. How's everybody doing?
I am doing the okay.
Glad to be back.
Everything is pretty good.
I am
Glad to be
doing fantastic. Oh, sorry, Alice.
I'm being constantly interrupted, but I'm fucking I'm here.
This is Nightxgamer and Three Stooges giving the Halo Mythic game another test run. We played it back in, I want to say it was Preview 21, I think.
It was 21, yeah.
Yeah, we played that one for a while and really enjoyed the system. And once I caught wind of the update that came out, I couldn't stop myself from coming back to it. So, why don't we go ahead and just do a...
kicking and screaming with you.
Yeah, just do a small roll call off of the people that's here with us today. Why don't you go ahead and start, Ellis?
I'm Ellis. I've been playing Halo with Ash for way too long now. This is how I started with this whole thing so many years ago. But hey, I'm back. Yay. Is that what you want, or do you want character shit as well?
No, that's just it.
Cool.
How about you, Alfie?
Alfie, I've been in a lot of other games, some of them streamed, some of them not. I was also at the very end of the old Halo game that we did, but sadly, for the time being, that kind of petered off. But with the new system, we're going to get back in, doing a very different campaign to what we did last time. But, should be fun.
And last but not least...
Hi, I'm Mike. And this is my first time with this system, but I've been pissing Ash off about 2 years now. So it should go well.
Or horribly wrong.
I mean, for the viewers, it's a win-win, right?
Can't argue that fact.
Go.
And this is Nightxgamer. If this is your first time viewing, this is one of the first games we're going to be playing that isn't going to have a visual component to it. At least for the first couple of episodes as we get things situated. So you're going to have to bear with us by only following by our sultry voices and two British people.
Or fish and chips, or Bob's your
Alright,
uncle.
love. You want to go kill some cavies?
Oh man, I fucking love colonialism, I do.
Oh man,
Imperialistic bastards.
imagine if they actually had a UNSC soldier that spoke like that.
I'm not
Trace-
playing my character like that, if that's what you're asking.
Well, it's a good thing I'm playing Tracer. Alright, loves, the cavalry's here.
I can't fucking stand her. I hate her so much.
No one can.
And you'd just be going up against a lot of enemy Reinhardts in the forms of the Junharale, or however it's pronounced.
Fucking aliens is how it's pronounced. Kill them all.
Death to the Xenos. Oh, wait, that's different. Never mind.
So, this game takes place, well, it all starts September 19th, 2552. 127 hours. Ship time. Military calendar. UNSC cruiser. Pillar of Autumn. Location. Unknown. The scene opens up with the bridge deck of the Pillar of Autumn. Captain Keyes looking out over the darkness, standing next to what would be a derelict planet that currently is uninhabited. A small gas giant that has been on the scopes for the UNSC for a time, but as far as they knew, warranted nothing important. As he stared out and looked at the large superstructure, its ring shape echoing and mimicking something similar to a moon to the gas giant, as he seems to stand there in disbelief, and then bite on his teeth as he watches the radar spouts of multiple enemy contacts, far too many to be a coincidence. For some reason, the Covenant were here. Some time passes as you feel yourselves sinking in what feels like a lucid dream. For most people, dream is foreign to those that go into cryosleep. But there's a 1 out of 10 anomaly where people enter into a slow, lethargic state where their mind is slightly active while in its frozen state. Justin, you found yourself on a plane familiar to those that you encountered back at home, though looking at it more at a bird's eye view, as you see yourself running through what looks like low grass, moving away from one of the military bases. As you turn back and smile, throwing your arms behind your head, as you look up towards yourself. And the strangest thing is, you hear yourself trying to speak to you, but all that comes out is muffled noises. You try to hear closer to see if you can decipher or understand what it is you hear. As you lean forward, it just seems more like noises instead of words, as the noises begin to grow louder and louder, as your eyes eventually pop open. Atmosphere venting into your tank as you lean forward and start to regurgitate the clear mucus-like liquid that's known to be the cocktail for taking while in cryosleep before stumbling forward. You take a quick look around you. Warning lights flashing about you. And while you try to stumble or stand, a cacophonous shakes through the entire ship, thrusting you back onto the metal grating below you.
I hate flying. I'd like to look around. Is there anything else of note in this room?
As you look around, you take note to the pods to your aft. As you see, at the very end, one of them crushed by a beam that seemed to bend and buckled inward, killing the inhabitants inside. Another seems to be flashing a bright red, the telltale sign of error. The ones to your other side seem to have already been opened, and any inhabitants have already evacuated.
Alright, the one flashing error, does it look like a savable situation?
As you move yourself to the console, you see a young, probably military, you're on too shore individual still in cryo. His vitals seem to be reading off that he's in check, though his flash awaken process seemed to have failed.
Alright, I'd like to reset the Flash Awakening process.
So, this will be the first roll for our session. Why don't you go ahead and, I believe it's, yes, a technology check.
Modifier?
No modifier.
Alright. Nice!
Go ahead and tell the listeners to what you rolled and what you got.
I rolled a... Got a 49?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Make sure I'm looking at the right number, which is a -1 degree of success.
So as you try to type in the commands, still rubbing the fluid and frost from your face, you try to make some type of connection to what you're doing with your hands following what you think, but it's either you type in something wrong or you misjudge the system itself. It's around this time that another much louder shakes, thrusting you forward. As you look back, another one of these beams crashes on the other side of the bay, destroying other empty cryotubes. Whatever happening around the station currently, or the ship, you don't have much time left.
Ah, fuck it. Work, you toaster, work! I'd like to give it a second go.
Alright, go right ahead.
Okay.
Jesus,
Oh
man.
boy!
Alright. Not great. I rolled a 79 for -4 degrees of success. I think I killed the man.
Target number 45. Rolled 79.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a good entrance of one of the rules that you can use in here is our luck system. So, you can spend luck to re-roll a failed test once if you choose. You can gain an additional +10 to the test of what you rolled, or you can add a single degree of success to a test. And then there's other things you can do for it, but mainly this is the ones that would be useful for this encounter.
Alright, I would like to spend a luck to reroll.
Well, am I right in guessing this is me? Can I just spend mine?
No, it's his checks, not yours.
Okay.
Can spend
No.
luck to avoid death, though, but that's burning luck.
I might
I
need
will.
to.
I will reroll. And I rolled a 7 for 3 degrees of success.
Nice.
So as the ship seems to be stuttering, impact noises going on what might be the outside frame of this supercarrier, you finally settle down and breathe in. How do you go through the process of finally cracking the error situation going on with this tube?
I start with refocusing by slamming my forehead into the tube. And then, yeah. Like Ella said, control delete. No, I just take a second note to properly awaken myself, and then look at for something else. Oh, yeah, obviously, it's right there. Okay, I just hit the flashing.
And as if working with a machine that you've been familiar with your entire life, the subtle hiss of the protective environmental state of the cryotube pushes forward. As you look at the screen, all the proper stages of bringing someone out of cryosleep passes through. Hank,
Yes. All right, good.
Yes.
you find yourself slowly coming back to consciousness. This painting whine in your ear. Before you start to open your eyes, you feel yourself start to choke. The solution still lodged in your sinuses, keeping you from breathing.
To try and cough it out.
As you're able to regurgitate the lime-tasting fluid onto the floor, you feel a warm hand on your shoulder, kind of bracing you while you're doing so.
So he's squinting, doesn't look around.
Careful there, mate. It's all going to hell.
Is that the alarm? Oh, that shouldn't be happening.
Well, no, but neither should that, as I knock my head towards the fallen beams surrounding us.
Oh god. Okay.
Time to move.
Yep.
As I sling his arm around my shoulders and start pulling us off towards the nearest exit.
As you pick him up, you slowly start to move towards the main bulkhead. Its doors seem to have been sealed from the outside. The warning on the screen seems to state that on the other side of this door there's venting atmosphere.
Oh, that's not good.
So I turn around, like still leaning on you. This way. Arm
Okay.
this way.
Following his lead.
So as you continue to move down a hallway, you see what looks like a Marine, some 50 to 30 meters down the straight corridor on the Pillar of Autumn. He seems to have his back pressed up against a door, his level drawn and leveled in front of him.
This is what one?
Spirit level.
His weapon, as in pistol, rifle, shotgun, rocket launcher.
As you move closer, it looks like he has a pistol in hand.
Okay.
And as he turns the corner and begins to fire,
Thanks. Oh,
Woohoo.
he's really slow.
No, it's just aiming. He's taking time to aim. Slow, precise shots.
you feel the troubled pressure build up in your chest. Discharging a weapon on a ship is a huge offense. If that's happening, that only means one logical reason.
We have been boarded.
Yeah.
Alright. Marine!
He turns his head. As he squints his eyes. Civilians, what are you still doing here?
Not a civilian. What's going on?
Stay back, don't cross this way. There's enemies down the line. Follow that door. He points towards a door that's behind you, about 10 meters. They'll go through the cafeteria. Avoid all major fairways. The Covenant. And as round as he says this blue, sizzling ball of light arcs across the corner, bouncing on one of the beams on the wall, and falls on top of his head.
I grab the guy that's been lifting me and just try and throw us both out the way.
Oh! I hit the ground.
Boy. -7 degrees of success. Burning a luck. Not burning, spending a luck.
Yeah.
-3 degrees of success. God damn it.
We just fall straight to the ground. Ah, my knees.
It's enough that you fall on top of him as you brace him kind of with your push. As the Marine looks up, it's like, no, no, God, no, no, no! As he turns into a bloody heap of ionized ozone and sprays of red.
And he was going to
Is his
survive.
pistol still intact?
Yep.
His pistol fell to the ground, though it's on the other end of this open hallway that he was firing down.
Not worth it. We're going that way.
A very long look at the pistol, but eventually follow the other kid.
As you were moving through here, almost as if some omnipotent force was moving past here, the door opens before you even get in range of it. As you look at this towering UNSC official, kind of like bumping into you, his weapon leveled down to the ground as he looks down at the two of you. Frank, you just came here and helping one of the other men that you came here on the ship with. You just left to go get your weapons, as he told you that he was going to hold off this area to make sure anyone else that came this way he'd send in your direction. You heard the sound of a plasma grenade going off, but you were hoping it wasn't for the worst. As you come out, and for the first time, Justin and Hank, go ahead and describe how you look.
After you, Michael.
I look like, well, literally a kid. 5'5", 115 pounds. Look between 15 and 17 years old. Black hair. Kind of angular. Definitely more on the like rugged looking. My clothes are very city dweller type stuff, but not in the nice way. Alice?
Do we have our clothes while we're in the cryo jumpsuit things?
You are in Skimpy's as right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing that.
Well, I'm relatively similar appearance to boy beside me. About 5'9", 130 pounds. It's a sturdy build, but definitely a child. He's say only 15 to 18 years old. He's like stern set eyes and solid jaw, but he looks scared. His hair like buzz short. Looks like your standard UNSC private.
Right.
Or cadet, I should say.
And then in reverse, as the two of you look up towards this individual, why don't you go ahead and give a description of yourself, Frank?
Well, of course he's taller than you two. He's about 6'1". He's definitely an adult. However, he isn't particularly muscular. He's actually, in fact, quite scrawny. But he is in uniform. However, you might be able to tell that it isn't UNSC Marine uniform. Instead, it actually appears to be some kind of UNSC militia. And he's got slightly longer than regulation hair, and blue eyes, and he looks a bit worried. Just a tad worried.
So you stop here, looking at these two who, for all intents and purposes, look like they've been through a horror show. As it looked like they were heading in the exact way that you were going.
What are you two kids doing here?
Not dying, primarily. Also, going that way.
You get sent. You get sent this way.
Yeah, Marine, he's gone, but what's happened? What's going on here?
He's been a boarding. We've been boarded, right? Fucking
Take a
Covenant.
breath, calm down. What's happening?
We've been boarded by Covenant, alright? Just trying to. I think the ship's fucked. I think the girl's getting off the ship.
It's around then another heavy jolt as the lights begin to fade and the alarms begin to go off. It's the only thing that seems to return is visibility.
Alright, we need to get to our escape pods or armory. I think armory's on the way. Do you have a sidearm?
Do I have my sidearm?
You were able to get to your equipment. You didn't have enough time to put on armor, but you're able to get your stuff.
So, does that mean rifle and pistol, or?
That is what I have. I got a pistol, but you sure you know how to use that?
This nods frantically. I'm trained. Holds out his hand.
Be careful with it. I'm going to hand you a M6D, I think it is, pistol.
Yep, that's a good thing that's already on my character sheet.
Yep.
Pistola.
And that is what you have.
Cool.
It's around this time as they're exchanging weapons, Justin. You hear coming from the door behind you, along the hallway where you guys just ran from.
Let's fucking book it.
Yeah, time to go.
After you two, big guys.
And as you begin to move away from the door, it automatically closes shut. Looking in front of you, you have 3 options. You can head up the staircase here in the cafeteria to get to the 2nd floor. You can continue forward. That leads to one of the other major fairways to get to the other parts of the ship. Or you can head through the right doorway that seems to go through the ship's employee section area. That would go past through all the crewmen that would be on active duty and not in cryo sleep. It would be their off area, their lounge.
The idea is to go for the cafeteria, right?
You're in the cafeteria currently.
Before we're going through the...
Your friend said avoid the major throwaways. I'd say crew lounge. Might have a chance to recover some weapons.
I'm down with that.
I don't know the ship too well.
Right, follow me. As I head to the officers' area.
By the time that you get here, you hear the sound of the door that you came through originally begin to open as you 3 snake through here. It's just enough time that your door was able to close before that one opened. As you look forward, bunks to either side of you, what looks like people that just rushed to their feet and left whatever they were doing in here on the ground or on the beds. Directly in front of you, another door that seems to head out towards a crew level, like walkway. One of the shafts that would be only important to people that had the inner workings of the ship, not really civilians.
I mean, do I know the quickest way to the armory from here? I'm assuming I spent some time on before I went into cryo.
Let's see. Go ahead and just make a intelligence check.
Brilliant. DC 25. I rolled with -2 degrees of success. And I'm not burning luck. So no.
As you come into this room, like, describe what your character starts to do.
Like as soon as I get into the room, I would like turn around and press the button on the door to try and lock it.
As you do so, the door gives a satisfying locking noise.
Okay, good. Alright. Look around so you can find any equipment, weapons, armor, helmets would really help here.
Do I have my armor on me, or did I leave it?
You have it on you, but it was a rush trying to make your way back to Matthew in time. But, assuming for what they said and the Covenant freely coming from that direction, you obviously assume the worst.
You locked that door then?
Door's locked. Not sure for how long, but it's locked. Do you say me and Jason?
Attempt to equip all I can.
Me and Jason literally just in underwear at the moment.
Justin.
Yes.
Justin. Then I'll run up to like a clothes thing and like pull on a pair of trousers, a pair of boots, if I can.
I will do the same.
It'd be dependent on how long you want to stay here, how much armor pieces you'd be able to get on. That was going towards
yeah.
Frank.
Could I speed them up by once I've actually got a few layers
Probably
on?
no more
start
than like
faster?
I'd say no more than a minute and a half.
You want to stay for a minute and a half?
So once I've got myself dressed, can I help out with like helping like fasten straps and stuff on them?
As you go through the clothing, you turn to see him like struggling to put on the... What kind of armor are you putting on?
He has it's a relatively generic UNSC BDU. It's very similar to the kind of ones you'd see Marines normally wear, however it is marked to indicate that it is in fact Reach Militia armor, not the mainline UNSC. And it's a lighter weight variant with what appears to be very light, what do you call it? Kind of like exo support stuff on the legs.
So yeah, you move over to him as he's doing this.
Alright, turn around, let me sort out your back.
You know what you're doing?
I'm familiar with armor. I just begin like clipping things down, like tightening straps and
I
just
would
doing all the
like.
fiddly bits.
I would like to find some basic clothes and see if I can't find any weapons hanging around.
So, as you try to see what type of weapon you can find in this area, go ahead and make an investigation.
I rolled a 96 with -8 degrees of success.
You attempt your best on, hopefully, that was a big hopeful, that someone was carrying a firearm or weapon of any sort. Unfortunately, you didn't come out with anything other than a suitable amount of clothing that could fit you.
Fair enough.
As you turn around to look at the other two working themselves and putting on the armor at hand. As you move towards them.
Turn around while I'm tightening the strap. Can you shoot? Have you been trained?
I can shoot.
Um, with what? What do you know how to fire? What training do you have?
Uh, t- practically anything that shoots bullets. I mean, you name it.
Alright, fair enough. Next gun's yours. So, finish pulling a strap taut on Frank's chest. Did you find another pair of boots? Barefoot's one. That's not going to treat me well.
Say that one
Yeah.
more time.
What?
Did you find another pair of boots? I'm not going to be too well treated barefoot.
Looking
Did I
through here,
find
you
some
did
extra
not find a
boots?
pair of boots. No.
No boots.
Damn it.
Guess you could say there will be no boots on the ground. Ha ha ha.
Brilliant. Okay. We've been there long enough. Let's go. There's... On the doors, is there a button you can press so you can see what's on the other side? On the control panels next to them.
I would say yes, there would be a way to access that. Though as you move your way over to it, it seems like the ship is running on bare
Emergency
minimal power. So
Yeah. Okay.
a lot of
going this way.
Functions like that don't seem to be working.
Okay. Then I'll pace up to that door and notice that's not working. Then just jog barefoot over to the other one at the far side of the room. Right, both of you, this way. We need escape pods.
I fell in line.
And as you all begin to move into the direction of the door, over the intercom you can hear, "This is Commander Keyes. Looks like we have uninvited visitors. I want all hands to make it to the escape pod. I'm gonna see about landing this baby. Commander Keyes out."
You heard the man. Time to move.
Rock and roll.
And as you all begin to move into that far end door, you prime your weapons, steel your emotions, and get ready for the long push ahead. And with that, we're going to take our first break. So, thank you guys for watching Nightmare's End with us. We'll be back here within 5 to 10 minutes. It's time to stand up, use the restroom, all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.
Here's a restroom.